Yeah, just real quick, while Levi's distracted looking for his next victim or girl, Al is gonna kind of grab Roxy a little to the side, and if she'll come with him, just say, so, you and Toby, you guys are pretty close, it seems.
Yes.
Not like Levi was insinuating. I just mean I can tell you two are genuine friends.
Uh-huh.
He's kind of caught off guard that she seems so suspicious. The only reason I ask, he says, is because, one of my really good friends is on the same team, Horned Serpent, with Toby, Nico. I don't know if you've met him yet, but I don't know. I think sometimes with there being 3 teams, it might give us an advantage to maybe work alongside one of the teams, and maybe working with Horned Serpent could give us a bit of that advantage over Pukwudgie. What do you think?
I think it's not a bad idea, but I don't really want to rely on my friendship with Toby to give us an advantage.
As well, maybe not rely on it, but it seemed like you don't want him to do poorly. I mean, he overheard our conversation about our strategy, but I guess I just feel like having one team that we know isn't going to be gunning for us might help us.
I agree, but I don't want to take advantage. This means a lot to him.
I understand, he says. This first competition is coming up. My boy Nico's pretty great at Quidditch, so I'm a little worried about that, but I'm going to see what I can do and see if he'll give me any pointers. But
maybe he should come along with us tomorrow after class.
Yeah, I can see if he'd want to come.
Maybe Toby could come too. He's not very good on a three broom.
Well, you haven't seen me flying yet, so I'm sure Toby won't even be the worst on the field.
Well, yes, we shall see.
The banquet starts to die down, and everybody who is not the Zodiac Champions will begin to go back through the Flu Network, back to their respected schools. However, the champions are going to be taken to their respective common rooms, you being the Wumpus. And you are going to be escorted by this individual.
More NPCs.
A being that that you have seen around the premises. These type of beings have been around the premises. This is a Pukwudgie.
Oh.
And I'm going to say that Cho'Gan himself will go to your group, Team Wumpus, and he will say, Team Wumpus, for those of you I have introduced myself to, I am Cho'Gan Achak. I actually am the medicine man here at Ilvermorny. Your lives are in my hands, so we have designed these competitions such that no one's lives are in any danger. However, they are still going to be physically challenging to you. I myself am going to be in charge of looking over and attending to anything that might happen to you physically while I'm there. So it'll be, hopefully, you and I will not see each other again in those circumstances, at least.
Question. Can you
Yes.
Can you fix somebody who's very chit-chatty? Our friend here, he's got a serious problem.
I don't know. Obi hasn't spoke too much.
I was talking about you, Snowflake.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm not sure if there's any magic that's powerful enough to do that, but
Well, darn.
we can try. He says, I'm going to begin helping to escort some of you to your houses, but the person who will escort you to your house will be William. William? Yes, I'm coming. And this creature approaches. He's got a little, grim look on his face, and you can I would say that you've seen this particular Pukwudgie like kind of helping out, clearing some of the tables and things like that. And several of the students seem to say hi to him, and whenever they say hi, he says, "Yeah, yes, back to your socializing, back to your socializing." So he's sort of got a, I kind of want to say that he's got sort of like an Oscar the Grouch complex where he's always in a dour mood, but for whatever reason everybody's like, "Oh, that's just William being William." So
What color is he? Is he gray like this?
I think he's gray. I
Okay.
think he's gray. So he motions everyone. All right, to the Wumpus room. Come along. So how long are you guys gonna be hanging around here?
At least till tomorrow when we go practice.
Well, I don't know if we will sleep in here.
Oh, we're not. I thought we were all gonna like hang out together and like stay the night. Have girl talk, do a bunch of fun stuff, hang out.
If you need to do any late night strategizing, there are beds in your common areas as well. She, however, gets her own bedroom, he says, immediately pointing at Roxana. So don't get any ideas, he said, pointing at the boys.
Never even crossed my mind, sir.
Uh-huh.
Of course not, sir. We're all gentlemen here. Right, Levi?
We are all gentlemen to the maximum extent. But just out of curiosity, is she gonna be like close to us, like kind of like the next room over, or like?
She's going to have her own quarters with a lock. A magical lock.
You better make it 2. He's
Oh, the lock will be the very least of his concerns if he gets into my room.
I'm sure they got windows.
Uh-huh.
You will pass by, you will go by the grounds, and you will pass by the central tower. And the central tower has the Ilvermorny crest in the center, and a stained glass window with the snakewood tree on it. In addition to that, on the grounds of the school, you will pass by the snakewood tree itself, where there's a bit of a memorial on the snakewood tree. And they say that snakewood tree is the one that grew from the buried wand of Isolde and the Sayer's tomb. The Isolde Sayer's tomb is also on the grounds with mayflowers placed at the tomb, and all that good stuff. So he will take you to the wing where it is the Wumpus room, and he will point out various things that you need to know, where the restrooms are, where some of the classrooms are. So it gives you a little bit of a mini tour of the school, and he just kind of asks if any of the group has questions.
Where is the girls' locker room?
Shut up. Also,
I'm
where
just
is
kidding.
the girls?
I'm just kidding.
Any actual questions that I actually will answer?
Yes, where is the girls' locker room?
He says,
I actually don't know.
let you know. He says, I will let you know privately.
Thank you, good sir.
Anything else?
So
Does this place
we don't-
allow like Muggle technology, or is it kind of like my school that you can't bring Muggle stuff in?
No Muggle technology is allowed
Dang.
in this school.
So this is not like my school where we need to pass some kind of test to get here, right? We're going to be able to reach here on our own without any problem.
Yes, you solely will have access to this common room, which is actually different from the main Wumpus Compa room. This is a side room that you are provided specifically for the Zodiac Champions.
If there's anything we need, should we seek you out?
If there's anything specifically you should need, yes. You should try to find me pretty much anyone of our staff, which he's referring to the other Pukwudgies. Find anyone else, and they'll be able to fetch me. And of course, if you need medical attention, go talk to Chogan.
Oh, thank you. That's all for me. You guys?
Sounds good.
All right.
He will show you into the room. and when you guys will enter, it is emblazoned with the wampus, which is sort of like a cat-like creature. There's cushy seats. There's like a table in the middle, a large table. There's like a chalkboard and other things. So if you need to like strategize and do other stuff like that. Then there are like 2 doors that go into small bedrooms, one of which will have 3 beds, the other one will have 1 bed for Roxana, and pretty much all of the amenities that you need. There also will be a section with a cauldron and other things, so if you need to like brew potions or do other stuff like that, you're welcome to do so as well.
Any plant life?
I don't think there's any plants here. However, again, the same area where there are potions, there is a place there where you can bring plants or cultivate or grow plants if you need to grow plants for any reason. It's all there.
There's no problems if we transform the furniture, right?
As long as everything is put back the way it was when the competition is over.
Perfect.
Any other questions?
Has anybody ever told you you kind of look like a gray Yoda?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, me neither.
No one's watching.
Nor do I care.
We need to watch Star Wars, guys.
So he leans over to Roxanne and he says, I'll see if Chogan can come up with that talking too much potion for you.
I'd really like that.
All right. I will be up for a few more hours, so if you need me for anything, just let me know. And once you're done, just make sure you lock up so none of the other teams can get in, obviously. The Flu Network is just that direction, he says, pointing. Make sure you're back at class tomorrow morning where you belong, too.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah. And he'll just wave off as he starts to leave.
As he leaves, Levi will just like sit down and like kick his feet up on like, I'm sure like a coffee table or something. Be like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if I'm going back to school.
Okay, we can sleep here if you would like, because this place is pretty nice, and not having to sleep in a place that looks exactly like a savannah maybe a good change of pace.
Yeah, so like we all kind of know what the next event is, but not knowing what the other events are, like what specifically are you guys good at?
Well, yeah, let's make a list about our specialties, he said. And he will take out a paper and a pen. And you're like, okay then. So, I'm very good at transformation, transfiguration, all of that. I'm pretty decent at every type of magic, but I have to say, transfiguration is my specialty.
Al pipes up. He says, anything dealing with herbology, I'm your guy. Potions, I can do a little bit of those too.
Biology, potions.
I can do a little bit of potions too. But I suppose if you need a lockpick, I could do that for you.
I'm sure that's going to come in handy.
That's a very specific skill, and I don't know if I want to know why did you learn that.
I've had a lot of practice. As for spells, I tend to be talented in the curse sort of thing.
Why
Curses.
doesn't that surprise me?
Well,
And you, Levi?
Oh, like I could talk a lot.
No, now we know about that, but like magical, you know.
Oh, you know, actually, funny story. I'm not really particularly that great at any of the magic.
well, that's just perfect.
I'm sure there's gonna be things I'm useful for. Like if I have to, like, you know, I'm pretty good at strategizing, and maybe I can do that for us.
Oh, you're a strategizer, huh?
I mean, as much as every other person, right?
I wouldn't have put you on that shoe. That's okay. That's cool.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh,
considering this first task is pretty much a physical task, hopefully we'll have some others that might be a little more mental or maybe social. And he glances at Levi.
I mean, yeah, it is physical, but we also need some kind of preparation. So I'll start studying a lot of Russian games, see what's different strategies. What else? No, Roxana, you're a very big fan of Quidditch, right?
Yes.
So, but how how different is the Russian strategies? Because I'm imagining that it's pretty different when you have a broom the size of a tree.
Well, it's more reliant on how much you're willing to lean. They're slower and they're harder to turn. So, like I said earlier, you really have to lean into it. It's a bit more of a slower paced game, I think, than what you're used to.
Are those
But
like
the balls,
circles a little bit bigger to make like the goal because like a tree could just block the whole thing? Like is those circles bigger and the balls bigger?
they are bigger. The balls
Yeah,
are the same size, but I will warn you, the speed of them, they don't change. They're
how
still just as fast.
how are we supposed to catch a golden snitch if
You
the brooms
you
are
let me worry
slower?
about that.
Oh, when I say the brooms are slow, I mean they turn slow. They've got the same
Yeah,
amount of acceleration as any broomstick.
I mean, most
I'm
games
kind
are
of
decided by who catches the snitch first, anyways. So, Levi, we're going to be relying on you to be pretty quick.
Oh no.
yeah,
Yeah, I could do that.
yeah, perfect. The third best his coach has ever seen, right?
The first
Yeah,
and
exactly.
second best don't happen to be on the other teams, do they?
No, I don't think so. Chance doesn't play Quidditch.
Not at all. Chance is
Poor,
not.
poor Chance.
Chance is not very athletic at all.
Okay, then.
Okay, I have a question, Snowflake, and I really would like you to answer honestly. You haven't been pulling my leg. You actually know how to play Quidditch, yes?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
You call Snowflake? Is that what you called me?
Yes.
I mean, you're
Oh,
called Al Gator, and I
well,
am
yeah.
Obi.
I just don't
So
see the clever pun there. Snowflake, Levi. I don't know.
you should look at a mirror, Levi.
Oh, she's making fun of my white skin. That's perfect. Okay, yeah.
It's not
Just
making
like everybody
fun of.
else. That's nice.
No. We're not making fun of you. We're your friends.
Yeah, friends. But yeah, no, I've played Quidditch.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I guess we'll see it tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll see how
I
good
guess
I
you-
am. I've played Quidditch. Like I'm totally like on the team and everything, you know.
Okay, then we will rely on you. Because, for what I can see, neither Al nor me are very good at it.
Do you guys fly brooms a lot at least?
I know how to fly one.
I think I've flown on a broom maybe 3 times in my life. But
Oh,
if flying trees or maybe anything like flying on storm petrels, maybe it won't be quite so bad.
Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you guys this. I've been talking with Roxy, you know him, Finn, of your school. He actually proposed that he could help me, like, learn how to fly a tree. And I could ask him if he can teach the other two of us that we don't know anything about it. You can help us, Roxana.
He won't help me.
you were
I mean,
speaking to the enemy? That's like her ex-boyfriend, dude. You don't do that. That's rude.
Oh, I didn't know you were ex. Sorry.
He's not my ex.
Oh, then
It will
there's a
sooner
problem.
be a whole day in hell before I date anyone.
So this guy, after knowing you for like 30 seconds, offered to give you training wand? That seems a little fishy. I don't even
It
know if
is,
my friend
but
Nick is going to help me.
Fishy.
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 that's a little
How
bit
dare you,
racist.
Albion?
Al.
How dare you?
You
I
can
mean-
just judge people because of their heritage.
I
I'm
think
not
I think
judging.
he's judging them by them being on the other team.
Yeah, no, I got that. But what's the worst that could happen?
He teaches us how to fly a tree broom very wrong, and then we mess up a lot. That's kind of the worst that can
We have
happen.
Roxana in our team. I'm just saying. I want to see how true his offer is. Roxana will just tell us if we suck, right, Roxana?
Yes, Finn's very good. There's no denying that. But
Oh, he's really good? Like, what position does he play?
Oh, he told me that.
Yeah, he's probably the best beater in all of the
oh
houses.
yeah, that's right. He's a
The
beater.
best beater.
Yeah, he's a beater.
He's a beater.
Oh, good. All right, who's the beater on our team? I forget. Roxy. Yeah, you like hitting things with. Yeah, you like hitting things with sticks. Yeah. So, oh yeah, that's easy. Just you versus him.
That is going to be interesting out of character.
Yeah, it is. And Levi, you like to do things with a stick.
I have no clue what that's even supposed to mean, sir.
Look, I tell you what. I'll approach him myself and invite him to join us on the Quidditch pitch. If he says no, he says no.
That's genius. Yeah, pretend you want to get back with him, and then that'll give him like a false sense of hope to come and help us. And then you break his heart right before the game, and then he'll be all upset and messed up while we play him.
Okay. I would really like you to open your ears right now. Finn is not my ex-boyfriend.
Roxana,
We
Roxana,
dislike
Roxana.
each other. That is all.
Roxana. Yeah, we know. I'm gonna go like near her and whisper. He's a little slow. Let him get it. Like let him digest it. Okay, just calm down.
Okay, I'm calm. I'm very calm.
I'm gonna whisper to Al and be like, I think she's like totally still into him or something.
Al just shakes his head.
Oh, right. That's right. Al, you know Nico, right?
Right. I mean, that's what I was saying. I feel like I don't even know if Nico would be willing to help. He's pretty competitive. So for someone you barely know to give you some training just seems suspect. But I'm going to defer to Roxy for this because she knows Finn more than we do.
Definitely.
Look, I'll be honest. I really don't think he'll agree to training all four of us.
Okay, I'll go alone. If I die, it's your fault.
All right, Rox. Okay. So if you guys weren't exes, why are you guys against each other? Like, why don't you like him? Why doesn't he like you?
I'm a prankster. He just doesn't find my jokes very funny.
That's it? He hates you for jokes?
He's a very petty person.
Understandable.
Oh, Al, what position does Nico play in?
Well, you see, that's the problem. He's pretty good at all of them. Out of character, does he have one he specializes in?
Yes, he's good at all of them, but the one that he typically plays on the team is so he likes to be in the spotlight, and he likes to be the one that's constantly doing something. So he is a chaser.
Okay.
He very much prefers chaser.
So, the problem with that is he's good at all of them. He tends to play chaser, but I mean, if there's no one else on his team that excels, I could see him probably taking over the seeker spot because that's where they get most of the points.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I can totally wipe the floor with this guy.
I think they'd probably make him seeker. Totally small, light. He'd be faster, so maybe he'd be chaser.
I don't know. Who's in Toby's team again?
Out of character.
Toby is with Tritessa, Aika, and Nico.
Do I know if Ajika is any good at Quidditch?
I would say that Aika does play Quidditch as he's not like an all-star by any stretch of the imagination, but for his house, he does play as a beater.
He's part of the team. Of the team of his house. Fuck. That's not good.
Does Tritessa?
Tritessa, you have. I don't. Tritessa is not in any of the house teams, any of the house Quidditch teams. So I would say you have no idea if Tritessa Tritessa's skill in Quidditch at all.
And
you
I
have no
know
idea.
Chance can't play, so
Chance
I might
seems
actually
really.
I might actually
Yeah.
be the best Quidditch player out of my school at this place.
Tritessa, just to give you a little bit more background, since you would know this. So Tritessa is, she is a whiz in magizoology.
Mhm.
A lot of her friends, and actually classmates in general, refer to her as the Beast Whisperer, because she seems to really understand animals of all types, both magical beasts and non-magical beasts. They say that she can communicate with them, and she has a very easy time training them because she seems to have that ability to communicate with any non-magical beast or beast animals.
Gotcha. Luckily for us, none of that sounds like it makes a good Quidditch player. So.
And Nyla, is she any good at Quidditch?
You know that Nyla plays. She's not on a team. She plays.
Okay.
But very casual. Very, very casual.
Okay.
She does enjoy riding a broom.
So he's been thinking for a little bit. He's gonna pipe up. So we don't know how they're gonna modify this for 3 teams, but what if, and he kind of looks at Levi and Juan. He says, I know, Juan, if you're playing Chaser, you can't technically catch the snitch, but what if we let the other 2 Chasers worry about the quaffle and you somehow find a way to help Levi get the snitch?
That could be a good idea.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe 2 eyes instead of 1.
They might adjust the scoring. We're not sure since we've never seen Quidditch played with 3 teams, but I don't think it would hurt to consider that as an option.
I'm gonna say that the chalkboard you'll start seeing notes being written on its own on the chalkboard, and the chalkboard will begin to show a map. So it'll show instead of your typical rectangular Quidditch stadium, it actually shows a big triangle.
Oh.
And it actually show goals for Wampus, goals for Wampus, goals for Pukwudgie, and goals for the Horde Serpent on all 3 sides. And I will say that they don't really write anything, it's just they show what the stadium will look like, so you can kind of presume what that means with the 3 different sides, the 3 different set of goals.
Okay,
Our
so...
Roxana kind of goes like, seems the Pukwudgie team room is haunted.
I mean, it's just normal magic.
You guys, I've been thinking about it long and hard, and, I finally got to say, look, we should have really picked the Horned Serpent. That just sounds way cooler. I'm sure that they got a better mascot. What is even a Swampless?
Wampus.
Just please be quiet. Roxana's going to get up, and I would like to have a closer look at the chalk thing, see if I could determine the source, if it's like a...
Yeah, roll a magic roll.
Yeah. / 2d6 plus... Like magic is just... Oh, yeah, just roll magic. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's...
Roll magic, yeah.
+1. I got 5.
From what you believe, this board is chanted in such a way that if the headmasters who are in charge of hosting these games are able to, they can send information to each of the teams. You actually recognize, because you've seen it written in other places, you recognize the handwriting because it actually says stadium at the very top. The handwriting has Headmistress Kazima Val's handwriting. So it looks like this is from Headmistress Kazima.
She looks at it and she's like, nods and turns to the group and she says, all right, I do think it's a good idea to focus solely on the snitch.
Yeah, it's a good and fast way to end the game and get points, but like always, we may should focus on more on the normal points because even in professional plays, there are times that not even catching the snitch will help you win the game after like 100, 200 points. So we should
If we
really,
find it quickly, it could really help.
yeah, that's the issue. But in another point, there are only going to be 3 people that actually know how to use good, well, the trees. A lot of them, almost everyone, is in the same position as ours. They don't know how to use a whole tree. So maybe we could put Roxana as the one chasing the snitch. After all, those are that's the position that requires the best control of the broom, and she actually knows how to use it.
He brings a good point. Levi?
If I mean, if you think you're good and want to give that a shot, I'm cool. I'll just be your position, right? And
Yeah, you can just punch people.
Well, you look like you're the strongest of all of us, so maybe you'd be a better beater.
I do.
Yes, you're built like a brick shithouse.
I like it.
A compliment.
Mhm. I know, rare. Okay, so
Roxana, you seem to have quite a following. So maybe putting you in the seeker spot will get in the other team's heads. If Podopteryx is going to be cheering for you, it might give us some home field advantage.
especially for versing Finn.
It is very clear that, in general, the school, you're more popular than Finn is. Clearly.
Okay then. Maybe we should put this on a pause and start really thinking about our positions after we start trying the 3 brooms.
It's like we have our own tryouts.
Yeah, exactly. But
Go ahead.
I'll just say it. Tomorrow, you'll test us with that thing they gave us to see if we can have a practice session, and I'll try to look around in books, ask people to see if a 3-way game has ever been played and how it went, and I don't know, strategies that were used, and try to learn a little bit more about, in general, strategies when using trees as brooms. I'll do my little part of the investigation in that way.
I just wanted to point out a few details that I forgot to mention last time. All of the Castello Brushu has the stone that they were sorted with. That actually is a stone that can attach to the bottom of each of the students' wands, and that also identifies their school. So the still completely clear stone that Levi has, that's still attached at the bottom of his wand. Just as an FYI, it's a small piece of detail. Also, I forgot to mention that the way that the students of Wagadu identify each other is they have these magical tattoos. These are tattoos that are not necessarily permanent if you don't want them to be. So, when they leave the school and they get jobs, if they don't want to have their tattoo always appearing, they can mute it so it's not appearing. And you pretty much are just the magical tattoo can actually be moved around as you please. So it just has to be visible while you're at school. That's really the only requirement. So you can see that Juan has a tattoo visible on him. Where do you think it would be at this moment?
At this moment, maybe at the neck.
Okay, so you can see that his tattoo is at the neck. And maybe tomorrow morning you decide, I wanted my bicep instead.
Yeah.
You have the option of accessorizing. that. But what I will also say, everyone roll one more observation seeing, and Albion, I would like for you to roll with a advantage, please.
Ooh, I think I know what this is about. I was gonna ask about it if it is.
Whew. I got a 7.
I got a 6.
So I'm going to say Jordan got a 7, Brandon got a 7, and AJ got a 7. Okay, all three of you have 7s. So I'm going to say that everyone except for Levi notices one more thing on Juan, which is a bracelet. Or at least it looks like a bracelet, because he's got a hoop around his wrist right now. And specifically for Albion, that hoop looks exactly like the one that your mom had before she died, and she was killed for a hoop like that. And for whatever reason, it looks like Juan has that around his wrist at the moment.
And this is the time Albion's noting this.
I'm gonna say, just as you guys are wrapping things up, you just now notice that.
Okay.
So I don't know if anything happens when you notice that.
He's gonna definitely stare at it. So whether or not anyone notices that, he wouldn't say anything at first.
I would say that both Juan and Roxana will notice Albion staring at this hoop bracelet.
Okay. When I notice that, I'm gonna be like, Al, is everything okay?
Oh yeah, I was just admiring your bracelet. Where'd you get it?
Oh, thanks. It's I think it will count as a gift from my father. It was inside some, like, he makes ceramic, so I had this axolotl ceramic piece. It broke and it was inside it, so I decided to wear it.
Al's like, does your father speak Russian?
Yeah. I assume probably not, but so when
Isn't that a little racist, Albion?
that,
I assume you don't speak Russian.
Yeah.
Your dad doesn't speak Russian.
Actually, Juan speaks Russian.
ooh, interesting.
Ooh, no, I don't know if you would know that though.
Yeah, I don't know if he would, but
I don't think he assumes it's the same one. I just think it catches his eye. So he would ask, when did you get it? Have you had it for a while?
when did I get it?
Timeline. Let's look at the timeline. Relatively recently, like within the last couple of years, I think. So it looks like Juan discovers November 1995. So it was actually 4 years ago.
Like
4 years ago.
4 years ago, maybe.
So Al, hearing this, is a little more at ease, knowing it's probably not the same hoop at that point. He says, "Oh, it looks like a bracelet I've seen before. Does it do anything special? Because Al would remember the hoop changing size, right?
Yeah, and you can see now that you look at it a little bit more that there is an etching, there is a symbol on the hoop right now, and it does look different, quite different from the symbol that was on your mom's wand, because you've seen your mom's wand before.
Okay.
With that etching. You just didn't know at the time that etching actually came from a hoop that attached to the wand. But yes.
Not that I think. I've never seen it do anything interesting. Why? What did the other bracelet you saw did?
So out of character, when you found it, Clef, was it the size of a bracelet already, or was it smaller and you expanded it?
I asked Hart if it could be worn as a bracelet.
Right.
Juan didn't actively make it bigger to wear it as a bracelet.
Correct. He didn't actively. It just so happens that it was big enough that he could put his hand through it.
Okay. What was the question that Juan asked again?
No, mine hasn't done anything like special. Has the other bracelet you saw that's like this done anything?
He says, well, I'm not even sure if it was a bracelet, but it was a hoop-like thing that looked very similar and actually had a symbol kind of like yours, but not exactly like yours. and it was able to expand in size. Yours has always been that size?
Yeah, I never tried to expand it. I'm gonna take it out and be like, maybe my father is a person that makes bracelets or hoops, I think. Let's see. And I'm gonna try to see if it expands, like he said. Like, right.
Roll a use magic item. You attempt to try to make it larger, and for whatever reason, if it's possible to do that, you weren't able to figure out how.
Like, it appears that this one can't enlarge.
May I see it?
Sure, he will give it to you, but be like,
So Al looks at it. What does the symbol look like when Al sees it?
Roll a runes. Roll a runes check, please.
Is that under a category?
Knowledge runes.
Knowledge runes. All right, so I don't have a specialty in runes, so do I just roll knowledge?
Roll a knowledge. You don't know exactly what the symbol is, however, you do believe that this symbol represents one of the Zodiac symbols.
Do I know what it looks like just in general? Like, can you describe it?
Not off the top of my head, because I know that the Zodiacs, as we know it, does have its own symbols, but that's not what you're seeing. It is another interpretation that represents the Zodiac symbol that we're not accustomed to in real life. So I wouldn't be able to describe what it is because it's just like scribbles, random scribbles.
So
basically.
when he realizes it's a Zodiac symbol, would that trigger him connecting that his mom's potentially was Zodiac too?
I would say so as well. But you won't be able to get any more information. You might need to find somebody who's a little bit more knowledgeable in runes.
Okay. Ooh, wonder where we could find that person.
I wonder where we could find that person.
So as Al's kind of flipping it, he'll say, so my mom actually had one just like this, but like I said, the symbols were different. I'm thinking they might have even somehow been tied to the Zodiac signs, and he'll hand the bracelet.
he's gonna take it and put it in like the Zodiac, like the tournament.
Yeah, he says that's
a weird coincidence.
But you don't know what the symbol represents exactly.
no. I don't think it's the traditional Zodiac that we're familiar with, but what's weird is that when my mom had hers, it was actually attached to her wand.
To her one, the who?
That's why I asked if you've ever seen it enlarge or get smaller, because I watched my mom pull it from her wand and it actually got bigger.
Maybe we could ask her.
Yeah. What happened to her bracelet? Sorry, Coop.
That isn't exactly possible. So I don't know where the bracelet is at this point. Some people took it.
Oh,
I
it's a
hate
shame.
tea.
Well, if you want to know more about it, my friend Toby, he knows a lot about the runes. Maybe he can tell you about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Really useful.
how much would Albion remember of the symbol on his mom's if he were to try to recreate it or tell about it?
I don't think you would be able to recreate it very
At least
well.
we have one.
Yeah, I don't know if I could.
I think you might be able to sketch it out.
Okay, I could try to show what it looked like. Unfortunately, I don't remember. I know it wasn't the same as wands, but I can't exactly ask his mom either.
That's a shame. Well, now that you say it, I'm gonna try it. I take the bracelet again and try to see if I can attach it to my wand.
So you pull out your wand. Describe first what your wand looks like. One.
Oh fuck! Give me a sec. I have it here. Okay, my wand is 12 inches, made of tula,
That's it.
with a feather of a quetzalcoatl as a core and slightly bending. It's like Yeah, I haven't really thought about how it looks. It's a normal one. It doesn't have really anything super special. So I take my wand out and say, okay, let's see if I can do this. And I'm gonna try to attack.
You take the hoop, and then you start to put it through the one end of the wand, and you can feel your wand and the hoop vibrating a little bit, almost like there's some sort of static charge between the two of them. And when it reaches the center of your wand, the hoop starts to shrink and wraps around your wand until it actually melds into your wand. And now it looks like your wand has that runic symbol engraved onto it.
Whoa. It can do that.
And when that happens, roll me another use magic item roll, please. Okay, while you're examining this, you might not notice this initially. I think the other three will notice this first. You start to slowly levitate off of the floor. Start to levitate up. And Juan, I think eventually you'll realize, once you're like about a couple feet off the ground, that you start to levitate.
I'm gonna be like, what? What's going on?
Should we try to grab him? I don't remember this happening with my mom. And Al's gonna
grab me.
stand up.
I'll grab him too.
You'll grab him too. You'll grab him too, and you'll at least keep him from flying off. And Juan, I should also remind people out of character that there is no spell right now that allows wizards to fly, like really fly. Where there's Wingardium Leviosa, so you can kind of make other people levitate, but I don't think you can make yourself levitate like that.
No, that's what was so surprising about the Dark Lord.
Right. Something like this is not normal, because normally you fly around with brooms. But yes, there is no spell currently that you're aware of that just lets you fly. And right now that looks like what Juan's doing at the moment.
Like, okay, why am I flying?
Maybe you should try taking that off of the wand for a second.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
You know what? I've seen this in the movie once. Try burping. It's kind of like in Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory. You'll start coming down a little bit.
What in the chocolate? What?
You guys have never seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Just get ready and grab me if I fall, I said, as I start to try to take the hoop off my wand.
You put your fingers around where the etching is, and then you can feel that like static charge as the hoop starts to expand. So the etching is no longer on your wand, and if you as you do that, then you start to fall to the ground.
How far is he falling? If he's falling far, I'd try to catch him. Yeah.
I mean, you have him grabbed up to here, so he falls like several feet, but you can catch him.
Yeah, I'll catch him.
Roll me an athletics check, please, to catch him.
Something I'm good at, guys.
My hero.
Albion would try to catch him as well, so whether or not Albion interferes and makes it worse.
Yeah, why don't you also roll in athletics? Both of you roll in athletics.
I don't try and catch him.
Oh, thank you, Roxana.
Okay.
Ooh,
all right, not bad. All right, so you both will be able to catch Juan, but Levi will be able to catch most of him as he comes down.
We're like,
what? Oh, pal.
Thanks, Levi.
Oh, no problem.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know, but that definitely, my mom never flew up in the air like that, so...
That was amazing. You were like Superman out there.
Juan, may I have a quick look at this ring, just very quickly?
Yeah, here.
I would like to. Oh, thank you. I would like to make a knowledge dark magic roll.
Go ahead.
Oh my god!
Sorry, like.
Go ahead.
Please don't let it be dark magic. Please don't let it be dark magic.
Just a reminder. That's my knowledge modifier plus my.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
Don't forget to add your
16.
Dang.
You are after examining this, you are very convinced that this is neutral magic.
Oh.
Neither good nor bad. Neutral.
He sort of like turns it. Has it gone back to bangle size?
Yeah, it's gone back to bangle size, yes.
She looks around at it and she's like, I really think you should take this to Toby.
Yeah, let's go.
So, like, what really cool thing did your mom do with it?
I only ever saw her use it the one time, and it was when she pulled it off her wand, and then the people took it from her.
Who was it that took it from her? Any way we could get it back? Any way we could get it back?
Yeah, I think we should. It's too much of a coincidence that a hoop with the zodiac signs appears in the middle of the zodiac tournament.
So after Levi questions Al, he kind of lets out a sigh. So I guess I'll just tell you guys. So just this summer, like I said, my mom had this hoop, and we were in Japan for Hajigatsuban, and these guys in masks showed up, and I can't say for sure, but they seemed like they might have been not of the good side of the Wizarding War. And, well, to make a long story short, they took the hoop, and then they killed my mom.
When he says that, like, all of the excitement Diego was feeling because he was just flown and the hoop and that, he will put his thumb down and like take the hoop and just put it in the pocket. You're like, oh no.
Albion, these wizards, did they have dark robes? Metallic looking masks?
Yeah.
Was one of them like really hairy, like all over his face, and not wearing a mask?
Out of character, I don't believe so, right, Hark? Okay. Harry, no. I'm pretty sure though that they were Death Eaters. I have never seen them before, but from what I've been told about their appearance, that's what I would presume. And they weren't really there for my mom. It seems like they were there for the hoop. So whatever you do with this one, I'd be careful. It's the same thing that could mean people are after yours too.
When I looked at it, it was neutral magic, neither good or bad.
Yeah, but neutral magic that can make a wizard fly without the need of a broom or anything.
Well, and neutral magic in the hands of someone dark might as well be dark magic.
Let's try and keep this between us, okay, guys?
Agreed. These men, Albion, was there anything discernible about them? I know you didn't see their faces, but anything extra maybe you could tell us? You don't have to, obviously, but...
He says, no, I mean, it's not that I want to keep secrets from you guys. It's not like it bothers me to talk about it. I don't know if there was anything discernible I can really remember. They were speaking in a few different languages. Some of them spoke my native tongue, Japanese. I believe one of them, or maybe more than one, might have spoke Russian.
When he says that, Roxana's hair color changes to red, bright red.
Albion's not even looking at Roxy right now. He's kind of like looking up, remembering, so he wouldn't notice that right away. I'll let either of you two jump in.
I'm gonna notice and
yeah.
silently.
Hey, Roxy, you look pretty good with red hair.
Oh, and she like kind of shakes her head and it goes back to her normal color. Oh, I'm a metamorphomagus.
A matter what a hootis?
I'm metamorphomagus.
God bless you.
Anyway,
Are you okay, Roxy?
I'm fine.
I was gonna say ignoring Levi.
I'm fine. Albion, Sorry about your mother.
Yeah,
Thank
pal. Real sorry about your moms.
Yeah, me too. But
I didn't really think much of the hoop until now, to be honest. So
yeah, I mean, I think you deserve answers, and right now, the best way we can find them, I'm gonna take out the hoop out. It's learning what the hell is this, and where is it from.
I mean, the Dark Lord has fallen, so maybe it's not anything to worry too much about. But
Yeah, I don't know.
if it's tied to the Zodiac, there's a good chance there could be more of these hoops out there.
You think they'll be here?
Here, I don't know, but if my hunch is correct, it's possible.
While he's talking, Juan is going to start and trying to copy the symbols of his hoop into a paper so that he doesn't need to take out the hoop when he has to show it. He wants to know the runes.
Out of character, Jordan, when you said let's take them to Toby, would they have known why you suggested that? Like, do we know he's good at runes?
I don't think we do.
All right, so Roxy, you said something about Toby. Why do you think we should take these to Toby?
Yeah, what does he have to do?
He's very good at the runes.
She just wants an excuse to go see her boyfriend.
Levi, we know it's true, but you don't have to say it.
Oh,
I'm
he
just
doesn't
joking,
get a
Rocky.
big
I'm
sigh.
just joking. I'm just joking.
I can't keep this in. I thought she was dating Finn. Now it's Toby. Levi, I can't.
Finn is her ex-boyfriend. She broke his heart. That's why he hates her. Now she's dating Toby, but we need her to get back with Finn. We'll just pretend to get back with Finn so we can make him upset right before the Quidditch match.
Thank you for the recap, Levi.
Just a little point there, Levi. I can appreciate a good joke, but perhaps you shouldn't talk about things you know nothing about.
Oh, I know a lot about love, lady.
Levi, just let's end this. Like, we don't need it. Okay?
It's getting late, guys. Maybe we should get some sleep if we're gonna practice tomorrow.
Hey, wait, 1 second, Al. Sorry, or Gator. Sorry, but what was your mother's name? If you don't mind sharing.
Sure. Her name was Miwa.
Miwa. Like that name. That's a strong name. Good name. Well, pal, I'm dedicating this next game to your mother, Miwa, and I promise to do my best just for her.
Likewise.
Yeah, let's try and see what comes up with this. So, in the morning, we have our plans. We can't don't concentrate on the Quidditch game. I'll do my investigation before I sleep, but I think the first thing we should do tomorrow, if we have the time, is you, Roxy. But this point, I assume I finished copying the runes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give it to you. Like, show it to Toby, see if he knows anything.
I'll go see if he's awake now and give it to him. I also have to talk to Finn, which I will do first. So I suppose I should bid you all good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Good night, Rox.
I assume he probably would have returned to Coldorf's Durret, so I suppose I'll use the Flu network to return to school.
So you'll go to your Flu network. Honestly, it is pretty late, so I would say you could, but it's after hours, and I would say that would not be socially acceptable for you to wake up the common.
Yeah, no, if he's asleep, then I'll just go to my room.
Realistically.
If that case, if I go back to my room, I would like to write a letter to my brother.
Do you want to paraphrase what it says, or?
Yeah, I basically mentioned just sort of a recap about what happened today. Like I got chosen to do this thing, And on a final note, I want to mention that I found out some rather disturbing news from one of my teammates. And I want to ask him if he knows if Dad went to Japan at any point.
Okay. Okay. Good question. I'm assuming that you will be able to send this through the owlery first thing in the morning, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
To get delivered.
I want to point out, I do not mention the runes and the band at all.
Sounds great. Okay. So the next morning will roll around, and there's a lot of excitement in each of your individual schools. That's pretty much what everybody's talking about. Friends of yours might, just congratulate you. There's definitely Lofer at Castello Brushu. I would say that Chance is like sitting on Levi's shoulder, and as people pass by, they're like, "Hey, Chance, congrats! Yeah, Chance, congratulations!" They're saying, "Oh, thank you very much, thank you." And they say this congratulations to Chance, even though he's sitting on Levi's shoulder. But and again, Roxana is, as always, like a rock star at her school, and people are like saying, "Roxana, we know that you're gonna win," and your team, we're all behind you, Team Wampus. Yeah, Team Wampus.
Make sure you scream extra loud at the Quidditch match then.
Woo! Yes, woo! I'm going to say that, so you wanted to go find Finn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that you will find Finn, and he is probably amongst the other, like, last year students, and he's probably chatting.
I take a deep breath, and then I approach.
The students will look at your direction. They, I'm sure, know about this history between the two of you, so they'll be a little bit awkward when you approach.
Finn, could I have a word?
He looks at the group. Is it important?
Very important.
I was in the middle of something with my friends.
It'll be quick.
Fine. I'll be back, he says, looking at his friends. And he, very begrudgingly, will follow you. What do you want, Roxana?
Oh, don't frown. Your face might crack. But I have a question, actually.
What is it?
My teammate, Juan, told me that you offered to coach him. Now, it just so happens that he's not the only one in my group who isn't very well versed in the way Koldovstoritz does their Quidditch. I was wondering if you would coach all of us.
He looks very surprised when you say that, and you can tell that he immediately is very suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, "This is one of your pranks, isn't it?"
I'm going to say no, but I don't expect you to trust me. Look.
I don't. If I was completely honest, I don't trust you.
Yep. Look, I played Quidditch, but I'm not you. And contrary to popular belief, I'm not good at everything. I would like my team to have an edge, and I would also like you to help Toby.
I just want this to be a fair game.
Mm-hmm.
No cheating, he says, looking at you, as if very suspiciously, like you would think to cheat. That is the reason why I offered it to Juan, is because I wanted to know that if we were to defeat each other, it's because of skill and not because of lack of skill by the other teams.
All the more reason for you to coach us.
Let me talk to my team first and make sure it's okay with them. I don't want to be the one to decide.
Very well. Throw meeting after class on the Quidditch pitch.
You'll know before then.
Very well.
I'll chat with them and find out what they say.
Sounds good.
Is that all, Roxana?
Yep. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd prefer not to beat dead horses in front of my teammates. I'll have a smile on if you do.
Fine. The least that we have to interact, the better.
Likewise. Enjoy your day.
Well, at least we agree on that, he says.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy your day.
He will nod, and he will return back to his friends.
Yeah, when she said enjoy your day, it was really like, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Which is why you can tell he wants to respond in kind, but he chooses, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. So he just takes it and just nods and goes back to his friends.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there anything specific that you guys need to say happens during the school day before you actually get to the actual like Quidditch practice?
Sorry.
Sorry.
For any new spells that we wanted to learn, are we allowed to like do that during the day?
Yeah, absolutely. During your school day, and we'll talk off like separately about how that will work.
Yeah.
So you will have 2 weeks before the event starts.
Mm-hmm.
So we can say that you'll have 2 weeks of learning new spells, and we can talk about that separately.
Perfect. We'll talk about this.
Okay.
Would I have seen Nico at all?
Yes, you would have seen Nico. I'm going to say you'll probably share like a class together. Nico actually approaches you after class, and he goes, Albicun, buddy, just the guy I wanted to see. And he goes over and he wraps his arm around you like he normally does when he sees you after class.
What's up, Nico? How's it going?
I'm great, man. You loving this? We're like celebrities. Everybody knows our names. I mean, a lot of people knew my name from the Quidditch team, but even more seem to be paying attention to us.
It's great, he kind of says, and I think Nico would know that Albion is often sarcastic.
Right, and you know that Nico loves being the center of attention, but he knows that you don't. And says, oh, being on the spotlight, I think would do you some good.
It might, but this first task isn't going to help me at all. You know my athletic skills aren't the greatest, he kind of says with a sigh. Yours, on the other hand, I can only assume you're going to probably be the round 1 MVP for your team.
He says, I'm trying to see if we can get some training in. Toby in particular seems the most nervous, but I think anyone can learn if they put their mind to it.
Well, I'm sure under your leadership that your team has nothing to worry about. I was gonna ask if, I know this is a competition, but I was gonna see if you're willing to give me any sort of tips, because even with your help, I'm sure I'm still going to probably not do very well.
Hey man, yeah, of course I'll help you out. I can give you some pointers. Maybe we can practice a little bit separately after classes or something at some point.
Yeah, I mean, you do know though that we've got to play on trees, right?
Yeah. Toby sort of dropped that on me, and I don't know. I think it's going to be a cool challenge. I'm up for it.
Like I said, I'm sure you'll do fine, even with the tree thing. But I appreciate your willingness to help, and I've got your back if there's any way I can help.
Absolutely. That's actually why I wanted to talk to you. So, our team was chatting a bit, and we're looking at some of the other competition. I still think that this event's going to be a shoo-in, but just in general, without even knowing what the other events are, that Pukwudgie team, they've got some pretty strong people in that team, I have to say. Like Chessa, for example, is there, and she kind of scares me. And then that big guy Finn, and then they've got a leprechaun. And then that other girl, Naila, I think. I like her. She's feisty. So, anyway, we were talking, and we were wondering, maybe we could form some sort of, like, soft alliance. you know how like everybody's going to be on the Quidditch pitch at the same time, all three of us? Maybe if we sort of kind of teamed up against the Pukwudgie team a little bit. Of course, I mean, I'm not going to hold back with scoring points for my team, but you know, maybe if our beater and your beater sort of favored more chucking the bludgers towards the Pukwudgie direction.
I mean,
what do you think?
I totally like the way you're thinking. I even pitched that idea to Roxy from my team, just based on my interactions with seeing her being close to Toby from your team. But I don't know, it might be tough just because there's more than us on the team. However, what position are you playing?
He says, I'm pretty much sticking with what I know, so I'm going to be chaser.
As I figured. He said,
how about you?
He says, well, you might be trying to score some goals against me since I'll be the keeper.
Well, Al, let's be honest here. You are a keeper, buddy.
Al might actually block a little at that one.
Okay. Oh gosh, this is awkward. Okay. This is interesting. All right.
He said, well, so who's your beater? I mean, I can talk to the beater from our team and maybe let them know that between the beaters from both teams, they can send the bludgers toward Pukwudgie.
Well, he says, do you think we've got a deal? Do we got alliance? Because if you guys are cool with it, then I don't mind letting in a few of our team secrets in.
Well, I can't speak for my team. I mean, if your whole team's on board, I can at least talk to my team before I make any promises. But I, for one, think it's a good idea.
I'll tell you what. You talk to your team, I'll talk to mine. If your team agrees on the alliance, we can get together and we can exchange notes.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome.
Hey, I if you want, you said maybe after class, some practice. Our team is trying to get together over at Cutoff Threats, and I might be able to get you in to actually get some practice on a tree instead of a broom.
Oh man, that's a great idea. Practicing at Cutoff Threats, we could like scope things out over there. Yeah, that's perfect. I can talk to my team about that too.
All right, I will. I'll let you know once I get a chance to write them.
All right. Well, I gotta get to class. Take care, brother, he says as he heads off to school, to his classes. And then he leaves. Roxy, you're going to, one of the students is going to approach you and says, hey, Roxy, I got a message from Finn. He wanted me to let you know that he's good with bringing your team over to the Koldovsfritz Quidditch pitch.
That's good. Thank you. Could you let Finn know for me next time he wants to tell me something, he can very much tell me himself.
I will let him know that.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, Roxy. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And she goes off. Anything you say, Roxana, anything you say.
All hail Roxy.
To be cool for just a day, I wonder what it's like.
You'll find Toby relatively easy. He might be at the library because he spends a lot of time there. And he'll look up at you and say, "Oh, hey, Roxy, what's up?"
She'll sit down and sort of like slide it, and she'll be like, I have a little project for you, my drag.
Project? Ooh, does it involve more frogs?
Unfortunately, no. This one's a little bit more up your alley. And she'll show him the sheet, and she'll slide it over. Can you tell me what this symbol means?
He studies it carefully, and he turns it over a little bit. Oh, yes, this is a runic symbol. These are both runic symbols. This one's actually the runic symbol of the Sagittarius. Sagittarius.
Just out of character, sorry, what star sign was Swan again?
I am Gemini. Who's Sagittarius? AJ, you wrote that, right?
No, yeah, I wrote it. It's none of us. It is...
Ooh.
And this one over here, he studies on it a little bit more. I think that's the Leo. And he's pointing at the symbol that your mom had, that Miwa had, was the Leo.
Thank you, Toby.
Out of character, Albion, your mother was a Cancer.
Okay.
She was Cancer.
All right. Thank you, Toby.
What was her father? What's his father?
I think your father would... I actually think your father was also a Scorpio. Your father was also a Scorpio.
It's all coming together.
She'll give like Toby a nod, and she'll leave.
Okay.